us a ton of cash. And if you call right now, you can learn how to get free equipment and free installation. Now you have choices. It's time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. And call today and get 90 channels plus free equipment and free installation. Smart business owners like you all across the country are consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for the business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now. So please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
Welcome, folks, to Fifth Street Sports on a beautiful Friday afternoon in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are coming in on Sports Byline, USA Radio Network, American Forces, and iHeart. Also tune in, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, and also on Twitter. We're not streaming there, but we are on it. It's Frank Perez, myself, and we got Oklahoma Brian, my co-host. Buddy, nice picks yesterday. We did real well. Texas Tech under, Oregon under. My Seattle Mariners kicked some butt.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was a good day, but it was a good day, but we failed to deliver in the real marquee game of the day, the CBI quarterfinals or semifinals, I suppose. Sorry about that.
The Loyola Marymount.
Yeah, came up a little short on that one.
That was the big game. People don't even realize it. But here's one thing, today we're going to talk about this strong ass offer that's going on in the Olympics and LSU and all that. But one thing I know for sure, besides my running Rebels being absolutely innocent, I think there's another team that you have to consider innocent, and that's Colgate, because they couldn't have gotten any money. I mean, they actually didn't even have the money to fly the band out to the game.
What a disgrace that is, huh?
Yeah.
Can you imagine being think of, I don't want to make fun of band people because my daughter's really into music, but I think of like band as being kind of a miserable thing. I'm sure I'm going to get hate mail for this, but I think like you put up with a lot of crap to be in the band day in, day out. In like your one shining moment to steal a phrase is to be able to go and participate in the NCAA tournament. And these kids didn't even get to do that. They replaced them with scab band members. We'll talk about that in the first segment. That's a crazy story.
Real quick, in 10 seconds, if you got caught at school doing something wrong and you got sentenced to, and they said you can choose water boy or the guy beating the drums or the tuba in the band, which would you choose?
Ooh, I actually like the tuba and the drum. So if I was ever going to play an instrument, it would be those two. Right. So I might actually go with the musical instrument. But any other musical instrument, I would go with water boy.
All right, back after this timeout. Fifth Street Sports.
It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
For years, they said that it could lead to madness. They relegated it to dark rooms and back alleys. They shamed those who grew it. They did a stop and frisk on anyone they thought might have it. But now a completely new era has begun because of it. The new normal is here. This month, millions have witnessed its arrival. Have you? Brought to life in a short film that runs only 2 minutes long, the new normal seeks to leave behind 80 years of unjust prohibition in favor of a safer, happier world. It reveals a product that once drove good people to the black market as one that today is creating a new global market. In this new era, a plant that was viewed with fear now represents a source of calm and wellness. From this day forward, what inspired the symbol of counterculture is at long last just culture. The new normal has arrived to your city, to your neighborhood, to the inside of your living room. Watch it now. Experience the new normal at medmen.com.
All right, guys, Fifth Street Sports back again here on a Friday afternoon on Sports Byline, USA Radio Network. I'm joined with my co-host, Oklahoma Brian. I'm Frank Perez. And Brian, gosh, I'm trying, it's tough to get a number on this Dawkins Wade, this whole strong ass offer thing, because I'm intrigued how much these guys actually sold their soul for.
Frank, you love the term strong ass offer. I can see you walking into the produce section, in the local Ralph's there in Vegas, and telling the 16-year-old kid who's stalking the lettuce, you're going to make him a strong ass offer on some salad. Walking back to the bakery, making strong ass offers.
When I did work in a grocery store, I actually lasted 4 days. It was when I was really young and I used to have a bad attitude, and I was working in the frozen meat section, and it was, by Thanksgiving, and there was a lot of, there was thousands and thousands of those rock solid frozen turkeys. And I'm just sitting there. I had a bad. Who wants to work in there as a teenager, And I'm in there, and I see this lady just picking up turkey after turkey and looking at it. And she came up to me and she says, "Do these get any bigger?" And I said, "Lady, they're dead." I said, "They're dead." So I was fired awesome. After that shift. She went and complained.
That was my first job also, was working in a grocery store as a bag boy. I remember they used to send me on price checks, and I was too lazy or just couldn't figure out where stuff was in the store. I would just walk around the corner and hang out for 30 seconds and then just come back and make up a price. And that worked every time. You know how it ended though, my career in the grocery store. They sent us out to get carts one day, and we went to watch a movie at the movie theater across the parking lot. And I guess that was my 15-year-old brain didn't quite calculate. You can't actually disappear for 2 hours. They will actually figure that out. So, promising career in the grocery business down the tubes. Look what it ended up.
I know it, buddy. But getting back, that was not meant for us. But getting back to this, I'm just trying to figure out. I know that they even list an expense on one of the wiretaps of $230.16 at a DoubleTree hotel. I told you before, to wiretap somebody takes a tremendous amount of legal paperwork to get it through. I don't know what tipped these guys off,
Well, they were not specifically looking at LSU. The LSU was a byproduct, but what you talk about expenses that came out in the wiretap. probably the best one was the agent that is in the middle of this managed to run up a $48,000 Uber bill.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of Uber.
I mean, by himself, or he was like buying Uber for everybody?
I mean, you would think it takes more than one guy to accumulate 48,000 in Uber charges. Actually, the funny story is, this guy was truly a double agent. He wasn't an agent. He was like the absolute minion of agents. But he was basically, in the industry they call it a runner. I know in gambling we use the term runner. It means something different. But in the gambling industry, in the agent industry, these are the guys that go out and basically give the money to these kids essentially and try to lock them into deals with agents down the road. But this guy, what was funny about this guy was he was simultaneously working for two rival companies. And so he was literally a double agent. He was working for two agents, sports agents. And I guess one of them realized that he was working for the competition at some point. But yeah, he stole the Amex card from one agency and was using it to do business with the other one. So,
man,
all in America.
Wonder, boy, I wonder when all this keeps shaking out, how far this vein's going to reach,
It's going to reach the entire sport. Maybe not Colgate. Maybe Colgate's too cheap.
So just Colgate and UNLV, right? Colgate and UNLV.
UNLV is not going to be safe, Frank. I'm sorry.
Come on, these guys didn't recruit anybody. They couldn't have paid any money for the guys they had in the last 5 years.
They bought the wrong guys. I think that's the problem.
I mean, when you listen, if you were a coach and you were gonna actually step out of bounds and do something a little shaky or real shaky, I mean, you're not going to do it to not even field a team that's going to make the tournament. You know what I mean?
Well, you got to be dirty and you got to be effective at being dirty. You can be dirty and just buy the wrong players, Marvin Mendez is pretty darn close to the Pump brothers. I have a hard time believing if there's going to be one saint in the, in the sport, it's going to be that guy.
So you think
you just bought the wrong players?
Like when this web is completely exposed, you think that my running Rebels will be a little bit sticky on one of those little webs there? I think they're clean. They couldn't have paid for nobody.
They're not a target. There used to always be a joke in the gambling industry that if you didn't have any money, nobody was trying to investigate you. Yeah, that was the only way to be safe. If you're a bookmaker, the only way to be safe from government, from the Justice Department was to be a broke bookmaker. Those are the only ones that have immunity, in our justice system. And maybe you could say the same thing is true of basketball, basketball teams that keep getting kicked in the nuts every year and can't win. Maybe those guys have a little bit of immunity from the system. But yeah, but I do think that you're off to a great start with this new coach. I think that I'm a big fan of his, and I think that he will win. And he was able to win at South Dakota State. I think that he will most certainly win at UNLV. Better facilities, better players.
I hope so, because this town last year was so great with the Vegas Knights after what happened in October, and all the bars were full, and they made it all the way to the finals. Everybody's starting to get pumped up again because the Knights are going to make the playoffs. But we really need our running Rebels to get back into a little respectability in basketball. But here's a question I got for you. After all this shakes out and you see all this double crossing and wiretaps and cheating and everything, do you believe that from now forward there'll be a different way of doing business in the sport?
No. I think that, you say now forward. We're moving into the off season. I think this is going to be a tumultuous summer with a lot of things, with a lot of breaking news in college basketball. And I do think we're going to look at some major reforms of the sport. I hope so, because it's kind of a crazy way to run a sport currently. But, you failed to mention the Las Vegas Aces, Frank. Are you not behind the Aces? Are you going to Aces games or what?
No, I'm going to start going. Because my buddy's got some good tickets. But, we're getting a AAA team right up here in Summerlin in a beautiful park. So I'm going to start becoming a real hometown fan, going to the AAA games, because I know we're going to get a major league squad here pretty soon. And I'm going to start going to the Aces games, the Knights, the Running Rebels. This town's really expanding. But what I was going to say to you is, if you were a high-level basketball coach or recruiter, after what's going on this summer or early this winter, would you step out of bounds and do some of this little shaky, illegal recruiting, or would you say, hey, guys, I gotta back off and stay clean. I'm not going to risk it. What do you think you would do in a spot like that? I mean, I definitely would not risk it. Yeah, I would not risk it, knowing that there's this kind of a spotlight and scrutiny on all these guys, especially when there's jail time involved. But, now the reason Brian isn't responding, I think he is coming from Brian moves around a lot. Some people think he's actually on the run or in witness protection. But no, it's just he goes to school and does a lot of things. His audio is not coming in real well. But folks, today, it'll be back by the time we come back from this break. But today we got a great show, really nice, some nice picks coming in the third segment on Talk You Can Bet On. We have Rick going to come in, Brian, myself. I got some more baseball. Gave you those Mariners yesterday. Folks, back after this break.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
At 28, I had struggled with opiate and meth addiction for 12 years. I did and said things that the sober me never would have done. One day I realized I was not invincible. I was not exempt. And that's when a friend told me about Elite Rehab Placement. They gave me the tools I needed to get sober, and all it took was the one phone call.
Elite Rehab can help you start to break your addiction problem and get sober in as little as 7 days. And we'll work with your insurance provider to help cover the costs. Plus, we have travel assistance programs to get you here by plane or train. Make this free call right now to learn more. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. That's 800-403-5912.
Being a new parent means every high and low you can imagine. But Evos can make it all easier with a baby monitor you can trust. Go to myevos.com. That's MYEVOZ.com to see how Evos can be the eyes and ears of your nursery. Evos works with your smartphone to provide a live audio and HD video connection to your baby anytime and anywhere. On a date, at work, away on business, even serving your country overseas, Evos helps you never miss a moment. Whether your baby is with a sitter, your partner, a grandparent, or a friend, you'll be right there too. And with unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
All right, folks, we're back. It's Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. I'm Frank Perez, and hopefully I'm joined with my co-host, Oklahoma Brian, who was having technical issues. Brian, are you back?
I appear to be, but that was weird. I'm not sure what caused that. Maybe.
Yeah, it's coming in a little choppy right now. Are you near? Boy, it really sounds like you're like in a being held in some kind of a room in Tehran for some kind of investigation or something. What?
Yeah, let me see if I can fix it.
Well, that's a little bit better, but I gotta tell you, when we just before the break we were talking about if I was a recruiter or a coach with everything going on, I think this is going to be one of the cleanest recruiting summers of all time, with people not stepping out of line. Would you agree with that?
It should be. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if there's to take these charges seriously.
Well, what do you mean seriously? You told me yesterday that they're really looking at real jail time.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I don't know. It looks like every school potentially is involved, so I don't know how they handle that.
You know what I was thinking about, Brian, with everything going on like this, they should have maybe they should have special penitentiaries just for coaches, players, and universities, and then they should have some just for actors, athletes, and like of course you would have like Kevin Spacey and Cosby and all these guys in certain they should be with their own people. But there's going to be so many of these if they cast this web in the colleges that I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with this stuff. But folks, today, I mean, we lost a little bit here with Brian. I got some good baseball for you today, though, until Brian comes back. Remember, I found my great baseball guy. This guy is super solid. I love this guy, especially the first 60 to 80 games of the year. Okay, so today we are going to go with the Detroit Tigers, Boyd plus 115 over Shoemaker. And we're going to take the Seattle Mariners, Kikuchi over Evaldi. Kikuchi plus $1.25. And then, of course, my Los Angeles Angels, Matt Harvey plus 108 against the Oakland Athletics, Estrada. I like those three dogs. I mean, I like them because I really respect this guy's things, and I follow him real close. I know we got a great slate of basketball games here, which we're going to give you great stuff on. Obviously, we're going to wait for Casano, Wages, and then we got, of course, Rick and Brian. I actually have nothing in the baskets. I'll wait for those guys. I'm thinking I like my Vegas Knights tonight, and not because I'm a homer. Remember, Brian said that yesterday about Texas Tech. Not because I'm a homer, but I think today they go ahead and clinch their playoff spot. They're at home. They should be able to handle them. And then, of course, don't forget the AAF this weekend. We're going to have something. I'm waiting from Costa Rica. Let me see if I can get Costa Rica on the line. My guy, he usually has my MMA sources coming out. So as we talk, I am going to find us our MMA play. I don't force him into anything. This guy's really the best in the world. Last week we got MMA. Let's see what comes in on that. I'm going to give you that so you guys can have a great weekend, hopefully. There's a lot going on in town, a tremendous amount going on in sports. That's why a lot of the times I see all these bookmakers and all these places, especially the ones that we ask to advertise with us, they always give us this, it's going to be a slow time of the year, football's everything, and sorry, this is when we wind down. I go, wind down? I go, what are you talking about? I said, you got the NCAA tournaments, there's a few of them going on. You're going to start the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs. You got the Masters, the Kentucky Derby next month. Major League Baseball just kicked off. College World Series, college basketball in the women. Are you kidding me? This is a slow time of the year. So, if I was a book, I would be calling Fifth Street Sports right now to advertise with us and make hay while the sun is shining, because right now is a great time to start getting a base of players. And if you say football's everything, well, I don't know. I just mentioned about 11 or 12 things that actually bring in a tremendous amount of action. So I don't understand why they use that excuse. And how about soccer? That's going on year round also. there's so much action. I don't understand how these bookmakers keep whining that it's a slow time of the year. I actually believe for value, it's one of the greatest parts of the year right now, especially with baseball. Got to love the baseball. You guys, don't forget my yes in the National League to score in the first inning. You take the yes at -105 or better. Yesterday, they went 3-4, but they were 3 dogs. So it was just a little bit of a loser. But I believe until mid-June, it's about 75 days. It does really, really, really well. And most of the time, you're taking plus, from, let's say, plus $1.03 all the way to plus $1.30. And you're hitting really, really over 60% on these. 1 year was almost 69%, and dogs. That's the yes to score in the first inning of the National League. We don't mess around with the American League. The prices aren't right, and I don't know, the system doesn't work. Andrew, we got anything on Fifth Street Social over here while
yes,
I'm flying solo?
We actually do. And as always, if you want to chime in and let your voice be heard, we are streaming live right now on Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk and YouTube.com/Fifth Street Sports. Today we've got a few messages in. The first one comes through Facebook via Jonna Marie Lilly. She says, "Thanks, guys, for the under in Texas Tech and Oregon game last night. We hit real good. Brian, Rick, and Frank, you guys are awesome. By the way, you are the new guys. By the way, the new guys, Casano and Wages, are real good also. Thank you."
Oh, you're welcome, Jonna. Good. I hope you girls made some. These girls are, or this Jonna and I guess her friends are from Georgia. They're in the. They mentioned one time they were at the base, Fort McPherson or something in Georgia.
I'm not sure about that, but I think. Oh, here we go. We've got one that came in just now, actually, through our YouTube chat from Billy Donlin. He's asking, who do you like in NCAA women's basketball tonight? I see lines on 4 games.
Well, here, let me ask first to Daniel Wages. Daniel, I'm in touch with my Costa Rica guys right now, and hopefully they send me something good on MMA. I'll try to give it to you during the show. Billy Donlin, hey buddy, who do you like in NCAA women's basketball tonight? I see lines on 4 games. I'm not sure, but you know what? I'll put it out. I'll put out a memo here to Rick and Brian. Also, if Joey Casano has anything, welcome to share it, guys. These guys are real good. I respect their opinions. I bet each and every one of their plays, I bet them. We don't just sit here and wing a bunch of crap out. These guys are really good. I know it seems like we just talk nonchalantly, but I guarantee you that if you would have recorded all of our selections and all of the games that we selected and thought there was value to bet on in the last year, we're better than any handicappers percentage-wise and win-wise in the country. And we give it for free. Which is great because we love you guys listening to us, and this is what we want to do. We don't sell picks. We want to be a media company. So eventually, when you see that we're keep doing really well, when our website gets up, because right now it's really it's not really where we want it to be, but what it is, all of our picks will be there. Because, like, for instance, this weekend, I know we're going to have 7 or 8 selections, but we don't have a show on Saturday or Sunday. But when our website goes up, you would be able to get those absolutely free of charge, with some write-ups. We're not going to sit there and bore you with stats and all kinds of crap like all these other handicappers, and then they go, 47 and 53, charge you money, give you so many stats that, it's like when you read a racing form in the horses, you go, oh my God, you read the form, you go, this horse has got to win. After I read the form, and it never plays out anywhere near all that. Just like when they tell you all these stats, this team defensively, this and against this, and then you watch the game, you go, what was that? Wasn't even close. And they had this huge write-up column, charged you money, and not even a whiff. We get the stuff sharp from the sharpest guys through the sharpest sources, the best line value. Even when we see it, like a lot of the times when Rick will tell you that a game opened up at +8 and then moved down to 6, guys, 2 points, too much equity, especially college basketball. That's got to be 40, 45 cents right there. Not worth it. Hey, Brian, are you back, buddy? I feel like Amelia Earhart over here. Oh, no audio from me. Oh my gosh. These guys, how would you like to be how would you like to be in space with these guys, Andrew? They launch you out there. The next thing you know, you're out there by yourself.
Yeah, he's it's those undisclosed locations. You know, he's I'm actually at this point I'm pretty sure he has a private jet that just flies him to very obscure parts of the country where he uses as his home base during the show. But actually, I have a question for you, Frank. We've only got about a minute and a little bit of change. But considering March Madness and these big tournaments, does your betting strategy change during these events? Do you change your approach to how you look at lines and how you essentially see value in the separate lines personally when it comes to these things?
I used to do that, and then I know that there's a lot better betting opportunities and value because this market's pretty efficient. It's pretty good, but it is college basketball, still beatable. But usually an equity play or a play that we think has value, and that's if you're a lot of times we're laying $1.05, $1.08, but even if you're laying $1.10, if we feel that it's a 55% or better play, whatever model we're using, then I don't. I just bet it. I know you'll find a lot more plays in the obscure sports, but an equity play is an equity play, guys. It's just you shouldn't. If you're finding too many NFL plays, too many plays in the World Cup soccer, in the Premier League, or in let's say finals and matches, then I think you should check your model because those markets are efficient. When we come back, it's talk you can bet on. Hopefully Oklahoma Brian's back, Frank Perez back after this timeout.
Trade pros. Whether you specialize in service or new construction, Ferguson knows firsthand how much work goes into a long day on the job, which is why we're committed to offering the products and solutions to get every job done right. With over 1,000 locations, an unmatched selection of specialty products, tools, and supplies, our pro pickup and same or next day delivery, you can trust that doing business with Ferguson will be the easiest part of your hard day's work. Visit Ferguson.com to find a counter location near you.
How many of us have looked at our finances and screamed, how can we make this much and still have so much debt? It just creeps up on us, right? Unexpected repairs, replace the washer and dryer, medical bills, and the killer, those insane interest credit cards you had to use to pay for it. Here's a really smart move that could help you get on top of your finances. Get a fixed-rate personal loan at bestegg.com. The rates are great right now. Imagine finally being able to pay down those crazy high credit cards and bills and then bank the money you save each month. Consumers have rated Best Egg 4.8 out of 5 stars on Consumer Affairs because of the super easy online loan app that takes about a minute with no impact to your credit score. Upon approval, funds can be deposited in as little as 1 business day. Get your bills under control, bank what you save, and take control of your finances with a loan from bestegg.com. Visit bestegg.com/plan. bestegg.com/plan. bestegg.com/plan.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
Wait, what? You're listening to the game on the radio? What is this, the Roaring 20s? Are you doing the Charleston after every bucket? Get with the times, like the last 80 years. Sports were meant to be watched beside fellow fans and saucy wings and frosty beers. You can't roar on a radio. You need TVs on TVs on TVs. Save the AM/FM for public radio and snow delays. Get to B-dubs and yell like a real fan at TVs and people's faces. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Please drink responsibly.
Guys, we're back. Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network, American Forces Network. You guys, by the way, I can't stop thinking about how much we should appreciate and thank and just pray for everybody out there in the American Forces that look at this beautiful weekend coming up. And if it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't even be possible. Appreciate you guys. iHeartRadio, we're streaming on TuneIn. Find us on Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports. Also streaming live on YouTube. Guys, this is talk you can bet on. Okay, so far, let me tell you, Daniel, Costa Rica has nothing in yet. I think we got about 15, 18 minutes to get anything. I don't like to force plays. This is a talk you can bet on segment. We do have some stuff coming in from Rick. Okay, right now, this is Rick's. Rick couldn't make it today. He's really feeling sick, but he loves the show and loves to give us his great stuff. He's got in NCAA, Houston +2. And he's coming in on Virginia Tech +7. Also from Rick, NBA, Charlotte -2.5, and Indiana +7. That's Rick's. Rick's got 4 plays today with Charlotte 2.5, Indiana +7 in the NBA, Houston +2, Virginia Tech +7. I gave you my baseball, which is Detroit +115, Seattle +$1.25, Angels +108. Waiting on Joey Casano and also Daniel Wages. These guys are awesome. Waiting for their stuff. And Brian, waiting on his picks too. Let's see what he's coming in on the laptop. Guys, we got a great weekend. You know what I'm going to have? I think I'm going to have, it's the first weekend in May. I am going to try to get this guy that he's been a PGA pro for 33 years. Was a PGA pro instructor for 33 years. I seen him. I met with him. He wants to come on the show. He's got terrific betting angles on golf matchups. I want to get him in here, let's say the week of before the Masters, even though, believe it or not, in the Masters you'll find some good value because there is good value in some of the golf matchups. Not as much as in the other offshoot tournaments that are coming in through the thing, but he's going to, and I'd like to have him on twice a month because he can give us a lot of great stuff on golf matchups. Remember, guys, a lot of these guys, when you get to this level, it's about the courses. I mean, you don't want these big, long hitters. They're not as effective in these short, narrow courses. When then you get these other guys that are not these huge drivers, but very, very consistent down the middle of the fairways, on the green, great iron games. Those are the guys you want in the smaller courses. So it makes a huge difference, not how good you play, but also where you play, because all these guys are good. You know what I mean? Don't worry. Don't think that these guys are all great, but where you play makes a big difference once you get up to that, to that little level. But guys, it's going to be an action-packed weekend, and just remember, you guys, on this betting, I don't know if during the show I told you the power of this $1.10. I think I did. But remember, guys, if you were booking and you took $44,000 in to win 40 on, let's say, the 49ers, and $33,000 to win 30 on, let's say, the Rams, you're going to win 14 or you're going to lose 7. You're actually getting 2-1 because of that $1.10. So don't just bet your stuff. Don't bet it just to bet and have action. It's when you really think about it, could you imagine if you walked into a casino and they said to you, let's flip coins, and when it cocomes up heads, I give you 101. If it comes up tails, comes up heads, you give me 101, comes up tails, you give me 100. You'd probably think, well, that's not bad. I mean, after 2 flips, you're going to lose $1. That's 0.5%, okay? 0.5%, okay? After 1 million flips, you're buried, okay? Because it's going to be 500,000 heads, 500,000 tails, more or less. Imagine in a $1.10 sport, guys, if I said to you, every time it comes up tens, you got to give me 110. When it comes up tails, I give you 100. Do you know how strong that is? I used to scalp a lot, where I would be so happy if I could take plus 103 and the game flipped, and then I could come back and take plus 104. I go, look at this, I'm getting plus 103 on one side, plus 104 on the next side. Brother, when you're a bookmaker and you look at your books, you're getting plus 110 on every side. Guy bets the Rams, you're getting plus 110. With the spread, guy bets the 49ers, you're getting plus 110. So imagine flipping coins. Every time it comes up heads, you pay 110. Every time it comes up tails, you get 100. You're going to get destroyed. You better know what you're doing. You better know your models. Don't be sick. Don't bet just to bet. It's actually, when you look at it like that, you should call your guy, whoever it is, especially in the major sports, and tell him, listen, I'm a preferred customer. I've been dealing with you. I pay well. I this and that. I want a more of a reduced juice. If you can talk this guy into, well, $1.05 is out there, but if you can even talk him into $1.07, even at worst case $1.08, guys, it's huge. I mean, Andrew, when you guys used to bet soccer, wouldn't you shop around for your your cheapest juice that you could lay?
Well, at least the some of the people I know that go out and partake, they definitely shop around and they definitely try and find not only obviously the best lines that they can find, but juice and stuff like that definitely matters to them as well. So it's definitely an important message that you're sending here, Frank. But we actually have a pick that just came in from Daniel Wages. Like always, through our YouTube live chat, youtube.com/Fifth Street Sports. And his pick today is Auburn plus 5.5. If you want to have send a pick in, have Frank, Brian, Rick, and everybody else that comes into the Fifth Street headquarters here evaluate it, pick it apart. Please, write it down, send it to us. youtube.com/Fifth Street Sports, facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk.
Hey, Daniel, as you were saying that, I just got a message in from Joey Casano, and he came in on Auburn plus 5. Okay, you got 5.5. So this is obviously from Team Casano. You guys, send it in. Now, Daniel Wages, Joey Casano, these guys are starters. I mean, they have proven themselves. Like I said, when I spotted Joey on Facebook, I started listening to him. I liked him. I liked the way he delivered it. He was none of this bull crap, that he's 50-3 and send in $200, and if you lose, you get it for free. None of that crap. This guy was the real deal. And anyways, we're going to go back to his pick, which is Auburn plus 5. 5.5. Okay, that's from Team Casano. But Joey's the real deal. Daniel Wages the real deal. Brian, Rick, all proven themselves. Myself, I give you spot plays. I tell you, I get my stuff from MMA. I get it from Costa Rica. I got a great baseball guy. Put it this way. We have learned over the years that you got a life, and there's only so much time in a day. So we would rather handicap the good bettors and handicappers than start doing all these models and formulas. We do some, but a lot of times, why would I want to look in? I've got a guy that's been betting MMA this is his 12th season. And when I got him in the database when I was working in Costa Rica, he has destroyed the MMA for the 11 years prior to this one. Do you think that I need to handicap MMA? I don't think so, brother. It's, it's like when you're doing something and you're going to the gym, you're getting in shape and you're feeling good. Just keep doing that. Well, I'm just going to keep following what he's been doing because I don't need to handicap the MMA. I got this guy. He's the best. I don't know where he does his work or where he gets it, but I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Every year, betting $12.50 a game, the guy averages between 46 and 111,000 for the last 11 seasons. Okay, so good with it. I don't need to start handicap. I find a guy, or I get an account or a source or a model where I'm hitting 58, 59% on a huge sample size that I'm following. I'm good with it, guys. I'm good. I'll throw in my opinions, maybe if I like it and I see the good line value, and I use Rick's method of reverse line movement, and Brian comes in with some kind of a weather or wind. I'm gonna bet it, of course, because I got it from my good source, but I'm gonna double or triple down on that. What we would like to find, but I thought we had one, but he's not. I don't think so. I think he's fallen by the wayside. Maybe the sample size wasn't that good. The guy over at Wager Talk, I thought he was good in soccer, but not that good. I do not think I really looked at it for 4 months and I thought it was pretty awesome. And now after 4 months, I'm seeing closing line value not working. Not going to recruit him. So, we're real specific in guys because we don't want to just throw stuff out there. I told you guys just how strong the juice is. Nobody pays attention to it. It's $1.10. even in parlays, okay, when you're betting a two-teamer, there's 4 possibilities. The true odds are 3-1. They're paying you 13-5 instead of 15-5. That's 10%, guys. You got to make sure on your parlays, try to use a little correlation. And what I mean by that is you want, like yesterday in the Oregon game, total was 120. I think they were, what were they getting, Andrew? 8.5, I think, Oregon? 8.5. Tell me that wasn't a correlation. If you like Oregon, if you like the under in that game, and then you're going to take Oregon plus 8.5, pretty correlated there. If that game goes under, the 8.5 is probably going to be pretty good. Same thing in the Texas Tech Michigan game. Or let's say, for instance, if you guys, we're talking about value here. It doesn't mean that it couldn't have went 60-40 Virginia. It still stayed under, and then you didn't cover. But you got to tell me that if this game, if you liked it under 120, that plus 8.5 was not a ton of correlation there. Like in this, I think in this Duke game tonight, everybody is now saying this Duke is really not what they're supposed to be. They almost lost to Central Florida. You know what? They had a chance to put Goliath away, and they just didn't do it. I know that ball rolled out. I loved Central Florida. They should have won that game. They got that rebound, from Zion, and when they were down by 3, he makes a basket and foul, goes to the line, misses it, gets the unbelievable Duke miracle right back to him. They lay it in, but then not only that, they faded 2 shots. The last one from Central Florida, around and out. I don't know how that ball didn't drop. But needless to say, the monster's still in the park. And I believe that now. I'm semi-ashamed of myself. I picked Duke to win it. And I know I got lucky. I shouldn't even be here. But I think that from now on, from here on in, they win. They win. You had a tremendous chance to put them away, and you did not. And we always know what happens. Remember sometimes in the first round of the playoffs when the Patriots, not the last few years, but let's say 8, 9, 10 years ago when they wouldn't seed 1, they had to win 3 games to get in. And in the first one, that team had them down in the third quarter, and the Patriots just came right back to win it at the end, barely. And then they went on and beat won the next 2 games and won the Super Bowl. You had your chance to slay the monster, and you didn't. And I believe Duke wins it from here on out. Andrew, who do you? That's
a bold prediction, Frank. What are we right now? Sweet 16, right? We're finishing up the
12.
Sweet 16.
12. 4 of them got knocked out.
Yeah. It's just the round, right? That's pretty bold, man. But I don't know. I it's too early for me to throw my hat in the ring. But that's definitely a bold prediction.
Well, I definitely see it that way. And, for Duke's sake, they're still in the Sweet 16, but we know they're down to 12 after. I think Duke wins it from here on in. You're seeing a lot. Wait, the only team I really respected and liked the way they played was that Gonzaga last night. We liked Florida State. We lost that one. Folks, when we come back, we'll wrap it up. Fifth Street Sports. We'll go through the selections back after this timeout.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Clapper, Chief of Orthopedic Surgery at Cedars-Sinai Medical Group in Los Angeles, California. dedicated to your health, your life, and your sports. As a weekend warrior, you know about sports injuries and pain. Exercise is an important element in keeping your body's core in good shape to minimize sports injuries. But when you are in pain, there is one product that I recommend to my patients, and that is Blue Goo Gel. Blue Goo consists of a proprietary formula developed specifically for the treatment of inflammation and general muscle aches and strains. I recommend Blue Goo for my patients coping with hip and knee pain before surgery, especially bursitis and tendinitis. Give Blue Goo a try. Call 1-888-330-0123 and you'll receive a 1-week supply of Blue Goo absolutely free. The makers of Blue Goo are even paying the shipping. The number again is 1-888-330-0123. If you want more information on Blue Goo, visit online at www.dothegoo.com.
Now available at select Big 5 stores near you.
Attention business owners. Now is the perfect time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. We can give you packages with up to 90 great channels and save your business a ton of cash. And if you call right now, you can learn how to get free equipment and free installation. Now you have choices. It's time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. And call today and get 90 channels plus free equipment and free installation. Smart business owners like you all across the country are consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for their business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now. So please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
All right, guys, we're back. It's Fifth Street Sports. Frank Perez here on Sports Byline, USA Radio Network, American Forces, iHeart, TuneIn, Twitch, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. All right, so let's recap this, guys. Anyways, Daniel, or let me see if I got any. Oh, Brian, you back here or what, buddy?
I was always here.
Always here. But, you know, Brian, I tell you what, I got to start, you guys got to start sending in your urine before the show because I know you're day drinking. You don't just disappear like that. You're a day drinker. I know it.
I was wondering what you were going to do. I was going to write in and suggest balloon animals. I know that goes over well on the radio.
I can do that. I can, I was going to show you some of my baby, I was even going to bring out some of my baby pictures, but I didn't want to because have you ever seen my baby pictures? I was a really ugly kid. I was so ugly that my mother, instead of breastfeeding me, said, "Can't we just be friends?" That's the exact truth. I was going to do that or tell a bunch of jokes. I didn't know what to do, but I'm glad you're back.
Thank you. I missed you. Did you, I feel like we've missed about 40 minutes of content here. I don't know if you happened to see this or you even mentioned the game yet, but did you see that Bruce Pearl gave out the over in his game against Carolina tonight at a press conference?
No, I did not. How did that go down?
Yeah. Well, so Auburn and North Carolina, obviously they're both very high-scoring teams. And when he was asked how he saw the game going down, he told the pool of reporters to bet the over. So,
oh, you're kidding
me. I don't know how that's going to react. I'm actually on the under, so
do I.
Shows what I know.
I actually bet under 165.
Yeah, so did I. I think that's actually that's where the smart money is on the game.
But this guy didn't have the balls to say bet the over and it should be 165, 164. Like he didn't give a line out, did he?
He probably didn't even know the total.
Yeah.
But that was pretty funny. I've never seen a coach or a player give betting advice on their own game.
Wow. Well, Brian, good show, buddy. I'm sorry we lost you there, but I think I got most of the messages across, folks. Have a beautiful weekend. We appreciate you. We thank you for listening to us and watching us here on 5th Street. See you 1 p.m. Pacific, Monday. Have a great weekend.
USA Radio News.